footsteps have caught me in his clutch, and hath shook me into the land as if it had never been such.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business? He sings in grave-making.
Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
Yet 'tis even so. The hand of little employment hath the daintier sense.
A pickaxe and a spade, for and the shrouding sheet, all pit of clay for to be made, for such a guest.
That skull had a tongue in it, and could sing once. How the knave drolls it to the ground as if 'twere Cain's jawbone. That did the first murder. This might be the path of a politician, which his ass now reaches, that one would circumvent God, might it not?
It might, my lord.
Or of a courtier, which could say, Good morrow, sweet lord, how dost thou, sweet lord? This might be my lord such a one that praised my lord such a one's horse when he went to beg it, might it not?
Aye, my lord.
Why, even so, now my lady's worms, chapless and knocked about the mazzard with a sexton's spade. Here's fine revolution, as we had to trick, see it. Did these bones cost more than the breeding, but to play at loggets with them? Mine ache to think on it.
A pickaxe and a spade, for and a shrouding sheet, a pit of clay for to be made, for such a guest as me.
There's another. Why, may not that be the skull of a lawyer? Where be his quiddities now? His qualities, his cases, his tenures, and his tricks? Why does he suffer this mad knave now to knock him about the sconce with a dirty shovel, and will not tell him of his action of battery? This fellow might be in times a great buyer of land, with his statutes, his recognizances, his fines, his double vouchers, his recoveries. Is this the fine of the fines and the recovery of the recoveries? To have this fine pate full of fine dirt? Will his vouchers vouch him no more of his purchases, and double ones too, than the length and the breadth of a pair of indentures? The very conveyances of his hands will surely lie in this box, and must the interior himself no more,
Not a jot more, my lord.
Is not parchment made of sheepskins?
Aye, my lord, and of calfskins too.
They are sheep and calves which seek out assurance in that. I will speak to this fellow. Who is this, sir? Eh? Whose grave is this, sir?
Sir, and therefore 'tis not yours. For my part, I do not lie in it, yet it is mine.
Thou dost lie in it, to be in it, and thou say it is thine. 'Tis for the dead, not for the quick, therefore thou liest.
'Tis a quick lie, sir. 'Twill away again from me to you.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman, then?
For none neither.
Who is to be buried in it?
One that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is! We must speak by the card, or equivocation will undo us. By the Lord, Horatio, 'tis 3 years I have took note of this. The age is grown so picked that the toe of the peasant comes so near the heel of the courtiers. He galls his kibe. How long hast thou been a grave-maker?
Of all the days I at the year, I came to that day that our last King Hamlet overcame Fortinbras.
How long ago is that since?
Can you not tell that? Every fool can tell that. It wasn't that very day that young Hamlet was born. He that is mad and sent into England.
Ay, marry. Why was he sent to England?
Why, because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there, or if he do not, 'tis no great matter there.
Why?
'Twill not be seen in him there. There the men are as mad as he.
Well, how came he mad?
Very strangely, they say.
How strangely?
Faith, him losing his wits.
Upon what ground?
Why, here in Denmark, I have been sexton here, man and boy 30 years.
How long will a man lie in the earth ere he rot?
Faith, if he be not rotten before he die, as we have many pocky courses, that will scarce hold the laying in. He will last you some 8 year or 9 year. A tanner will last you 9.
Why he more than the others?
Why, sir, his hide is so tanned with his trade that he will keep out water a great while, and your water is the source to care of your horsehorn dead body. Here's a skull now, hath lion you in the earth 23 and 20 years.
Whose was it?
A horse and mad fellows it was. Whose do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
A pestilence on him, a mad rogue. He poured a flagon of varnish on my head once. This same skull, sir, was Sir Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
This?
In that.
Alas, poor York. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, one of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now how abhorred in my imagination is it. My gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips which I have kissed, I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that went wont to set the table on a roar? Not one now to mock your own grinning? Quite chapfallen? Now get you to my own lady's chamber, and tell her, let her paint an inch thick, to this favor she must come. Make her laugh at that, prithee. Horatio, tell me something.
What's that, my lord?
Dost thou think, Alexander, look at this fashion in the earth?
E'en so.
And smelt so?
E'en so, my lord.
To what base uses we return, Horatio? May not the imagination trace the noble dust of Alexander till he find it stopping a bunghole?
'Twere to consider too curiously to consider so.
No faith, not a jot. Not to follow him thither with my modesty enough like the likelihood to lead it. Alexander died. Alexander was buried. Alexander returneth to dust. The dust is earth. Of earth we make loam. And why of that loam whereto was converted might they not stop a beer barrel? Imperious Caesar, dead and turned to clay, might stop a hole to keep the wind away. Oh, that the earth which keep the world in awe should patch a wall to expel the winter's flaw. Look, she's digging a grave and singing.
Probably because she's so used to digging, it doesn't faze her anymore.
Nah, people who don't work are pretty sensitive, as you can see. That skull had a mouth and a head, an entire body attached to it, yet she just throws it around like a common murderer. He could have been an important politician. He could have been more important than God, couldn't he?
Maybe.
Or he could have been in the royal court. He could have said hello to the king himself.
Yeah, he could have.
And now he's jawless, eaten by maggots, and being kicked around by random people. Is this our ultimate fate? To be kicked around? It's painful to think about it. There's another one. He could have been a rich lawyer. Now look at him, kicked around by this schmuck and her dirty shovel.
Calm down there. Calm down.
Do deer pee on brick walls?
Yes, and fire hydrants.
We shall not hang on to this truth. Now let's go talk to this schmuck. Whose grave is this?
It's mine.
Well, sure it's yours. You're laying next to it practically.
whose grave are you digging it for?
I ain't digging it for no man.
Oh, then a woman?
Not a woman either.
Then who?
A corpse. It used to be a woman, but she's dead.
This schmuck, if you don't say everything right to the letter, she'll twist it in her own ways. So how long have you been doing this?
Since old Hamlet beat Fortinbras in battle.
And how long ago was that?
How long ago was that? You don't know? Everyone knows. It was the same day that young Hamlet, the guy that went mad and went to England, was born.
Well, why was he sent to England?
Because he was mad. He'll recover there, and if he doesn't, it doesn't matter.
Why not?
It was weird.
Why do you say that?
I've been here for 30-some years. I know things.
How long can a corpse be in the ground before it starts to rot?
If it's decomposing already before burial, 8 or 9 years. 9 if they were a tanner.
Why more for the tanner?
Because their skin is more durable from tanning. It makes them almost waterproof. Here's the skull. It's been here for 23 years.
Whose was it?
Some crazy man's. Guess who it is?
Well, I don't know.
Well, this crazy guy poured a cup of wine on my head, and the skull's owner was Yorick, the king's hilarious babysitter.
Hey, kiddo! I have a joke for you.
Really?
Yes. What do you call a deer who hasn't moved in weeks?
I don't know.
Stagnant.
Yay!
Hey, Hamlet, I got another joke for you.
What is it?
What do you call a deer in the army?
I don't know.
A commando.
Yay!
Hey, Hamlet, wake up. Wake up, Hamlet. What do you call a confused Bambi?
Hamlet.
No. Bamboozled.
Oh, Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. He was a nice guy. And funny. He used to give me piggyback rides. And now he isn't even recognizable. Answer me this, Horatio.
What's up?
Did Alexander the Great look like this when he was dead?
Of course, sir.
Did he smell like this too?
Most definitely.
Just think. When I'm dead, I might be a mud hut.
Yep. No doubt. It's a strange thing. Too deep to consider fully.
All these great people are dust. To plug beer barrels and have people walk all over them.
So, Janine, you sing.
Cut.
Hi.
Hello, camera.
Alright, what's happening? I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's Janine. People walk all over them. And cut. I kind of want it. No, I like it. I like it.
Alright, okay, my crazy hat.
Wait, we have to do that inside, don't we?
Yeah, we're doing that indoors.
I'm just talking about York. I knew him, Horatio, that thing.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know. I can't get this program.
All right, and
Oh, wait, no! No, don't say and. Oh my gosh! We're on the last page! Yes!
and
No! Don't say and. Now. Sorry.
cut. God. Oh my gosh. Wait, was I recording that? Please tell me I was recording that.
If I'm not recording that, I'm gonna smack you.
I just lost my wig.
This function is oh no.
Are you recording me in bed?
Rockabye, we're back in the sleep time when the wind blows. The cradle will rock.
I think that's how it should end.